You probably can't tell in the video. This is really steep. Come on, old trooper. We're going to go to the top of this ridge and put a fruit plot up on top where it's flat. It levels off up here on top of the ridge. Okay, here's the area we're going to clear. Carl's over there taking care of the small stuff with the tree mulcher. And then we'll take a tree shear and take off these small pines. I might bring a saw up here and just start dropping them. It's a little faster with a saw. I picked this spot because look at the soil. You know, for being the top of a ridge, it's stone free, man. It's pretty good. This was obviously a pasture probably 100 years ago. And they planted a bunch of red pine in here. So that doesn't do the deer any good. And we're going to have about 2 acres of food here. And then we're going to put trails down that way through the thick underbrush. There's a bunch of invasive brush down there. So we'll put trails down there and put clover on the trails as well. Alright, I'm going to get marking this thing out. One of the things we're going to do is try and grind trails through a bunch of multiflora rose that's about 10 feet tall. It's a nasty infestation. On one hand, it's very invasive. On the other hand, it's kind of where the deer are bedded down. So we don't want to remove all of it, although there's NRCS funding and they're probably going to make us take all of it out. So hopefully we'll get new tree growth and make up for it. Okay, so I marked this tree as a tree stand tree so that Carl can see it. Over there is the hayfield, like 50 yards away. Pretty thick here. So what I want to do is have a travel corridor made with trees that are coming off the food plot. We'll shove them. We're going to shove them down in this area to block deer from going close to the hayfield. Make them go around, and then this will be a pinch point. So down through there will be a travel corridor, and then the food plot will be here. Okay, it'll be a 2-acre food plot. So that could be a rifle or an archery stand during the rut. Should get a lot of deer coming from that direction. The topography over there looks good for bedding over on the other property. And I expect bucks that are cruising, they're going to cruise from there, come towards me, and go between the food plot and the field. This will be downwind of the food plot, so that cruising bucks might come by in the morning and check this to see what was in it during the night. And the the wind is going that way, right out into that hayfield. You can sit up here. This is kind of the high point of land. The wind blows out into the empty field, and you're going to have it made sitting here just about any time of the year. As you can see, you can't even get in there to spray. You can't walk through it. So what we're going to do is grind. That's all blackberry there, but as you go down the hill in that direction, there's nothing but multiflora rose down there. So we're going to grind trails through it, then bring a tractor in with an orchard sprayer, spray to either side of the trail, and we should get most of it that way. Okay, the next step now is to drill out the stumps. If you follow my channel, you've seen this before. So Carl drills out the stumps. Then we don't have to pull those stumps out of there and create a big hole that has to be filled with your topsoil. So he's over there drilling stumps. Meanwhile, Dan's finishing the stumps off, getting everything leveled up. And then after this, we'll take the big tiller, the big forestry tiller, and we'll till all this trash under. So this will be a field. All right, the next step in this process is to run the forestry tiller over it. That tiller will take out small stumps, any kind of woody debris, and grind it into the soil. He's on a hard stump there. And you end up with very nicely tilled up soil. You can see how it has a nice tilt. And then you can put your soil amendments on there, seeds, and cul-de-pack the whole thing, and you've got yourself a food plot. The other thing we're going to do, I got Delmer here with his Argo sprayer. We ground out a bunch of trails down below, all through that thick multiflora rose patch. It's about 10 acres of it. He's going to go along those trails and mist blow everything off to the sides. We'll see how that goes. I haven't used Delmer before for that, but we'll see how nice that works. Okay, so there's a concoction of oust, escort, and glyphosate in there. That should take out all our target species, and unfortunately it's going to damage our oak trees, but we have a lot of multiflora rose and stiltgrass in here that needs to be gotten rid of, and that's the only way to do it. So it's too bad that it got to this point, but all that rose bush will probably die, and the stiltgrass will not be able to come up in the spring on this trail. That's paramount importance, because I don't want a trail full of stiltgrass. I'd like to clean up these trails and put clover on them. Put the finishing touches on this food plot. This is the low plot. Next to this thick cover. It's going to be a good spot. As you can imagine, it was impossible to hunt down in here, and deer really just were passing through, but now they won't be passing through here anymore. They'll be hanging. Alright, well, you get the idea. I'm not going to see the finishing touches on this because I have to go plant a food plot tomorrow. The day after that, I'm going to, what am I doing the day after tomorrow? I'm going to cruise timber, and I have a harvest going on that I have to check on. Very picky landowner there, and we're going to sell some logs off the landing. And after that, I have to finish a plan that I'm writing for a guy so that he can get EQIP funding from NRCS, which is a complicated process. And then after that, I think I'm going to take a little time and go bow hunting. So if I get back down here, I have to come back and do a hack and squirt job south of here. So I might swing in here one day and see how things look in the final analysis. And I'll put that probably just to put that on Instagram. Oop. Stalled out on a stump. Okay. I will see you on the next video.